the cover, a pile of boxes sits in the middle of a dark warehouse, roughly arranged into a pyramid. Perched on top is a rocking chair, which sits empty. At the base of this strange assembly, Piero stands holding a cell phone and staring at it. The screen shows the contact information for Todd Roman. Around Piero stand the Baroness, William, and Darren, arranged to protect their friend from a mass of shadowed figures which twist and contort in inhuman poses, but all of which are reaching towards the kids. Issue 29, Abandoned.
And we are back. This is issue 29. Getting so close. We're going to hit 30 next month. So we're all in the Darren household, just past 10 o'clock, and there is kind of a honking outside because Barty was told to pick you up promptly at 10 o'clock, William.
There's no one more prompt than Barty.
Right, he's very prompt. Meanwhile, the TV has just played an ominous message showing a absolutely obliterated Apex City downtown. Mm-hmm. And someone was trying to see if anyone was listening, and then the screen just winks out. So I want to get a quick reaction of this. Like, how do you react to that? Like, legitimately.
I do not know this is a thing.
Okay.
I think this is normal, because everything dies the night before New Year's. This is part of the process.
Downtown has just died. Tomorrow morning it'll be fine.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Awesome.
Rebirth.
Awesome.
Happy New Year's, everyone.
Anyone else? What is our reaction shot
I
of
want a
this?
spit take.
You want a spit take?
I want a spit take.
Okay. I like that.
That's what I want.
I think that's good. That's good.
Maybe all over Rick and Montel. Just
It's like one long extended spit take.
Good choice.
Okay. I think Rick and Montel are more worried about the spit take than the ominous message on the television screen at this point, because, like...
it's affecting them.
Yeah.
I roll my eyes and say, ugh, here we go again. And then I grab Debbie and we saunter out.
Okay. Debbie's like, but wait, what? And then, yeah, you're out the door.
I'm not sure I noticed. I think I was pretty distracted by that roast.
That's true. You were face first in a roast pan at that point. Okay. So, with that, let's kind of move forward just a little bit in time. Yes?
Did you grab Debbie by her hand and then pull her out the door?
Sure. I'm not going to grab her by her arm. That's just rude.
She does still look a little bit crestfallen that she got turned down for the New Year smooch.
Yeah, but you held her hand at the end.
Kind of. Kind of.
I'll open the door for her.
I mean, kind of.
It's love. I can smell it.
I think Debbie does wave back into the room at you as she's leaving. It's nice to meet you. And then she's out the door. But I do want to move forward a little bit because we have a couple of things that we have set up that people might want to go further with. Piero, you have a warehouse that has been sitting on the back burner for a while.
Yes.
Have you at this point during this particular dinner party talked to your friends about it?
I think I would have brought it up for sure and been like, hey, I have this thing I have to do and I think I need help with it.
Okay. So the question there then is, did you all collectively set up, a let's go look at this warehouse kind of time?
We probably would have done that.
That seems like something you would do.
Can I get a briefing on what we're doing here?
Oh, do I have to explain it?
I think you should.
Okay,
I don't know what you're talking about either.
So I'm looking for. I'm trying to get as many people as I can to help with Ruby, to get Ruby on our side so that we can save them mostly, but also so they help us. And to do that, I need to help find Todd Roman in this warehouse that Rick and Montel saw him at last. Yes?
Todd Roman is missing.
Yes.
Todd Roman
has save him.
Yeah,
Yes.
Todd Roman has been missing for like a month now.
Where is this warehouse? Can I have an address?
Yes, you absolutely can.
Can I do some research on this before we go to said research?
You can.
Warehouse.
And in fact, the way I think I want to do that is I would like you to assess a situation.
Okay.
And we can just call this kind of like your planning montage.
Okay.
Go for it.
80s music.
Roll for the internet.
80s music montage. 80s
Hi, I'm
music
Phil the Phoenix. No, back in the new year.
7.
All right, so you get one question off that assess the situation list. What do you want to know?
I guess what here is the greatest danger?
This warehouse... Sorry, is it what here is in the greatest danger?
What here is... Yeah, in the greatest
in
danger.
the greatest danger.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. This warehouse is very near the Toddleton Memorial Hospital, as in, like, just across the street from it.
Okay.
So excess collateral damage here could, spill out into the street to a place with a lot of people who maybe can't get away very quickly.
Maybe I should
Jackie?
not come on this mission.
Or just, rein it in a little bit.
Ah, that's so
Jackie,
weird.
restrain yourself.
Grumble.
Okay. So while acting on that, if you are actively attempting to avert collateral damage, you will have a +1.
Okay.
Although, to be fair, this just counts for William. So,
Yes.
do we want to be doing this, and this is, again, completely up to you, what time of day are we trying to investigate this warehouse?
After breakfast.
After school.
I was going to say midnight, but
Midnight sounds fun.
Okay, so we got 2 for midnight?
It's a school night.
is
I
school
mean,
in
doesn't-
session?
I mean, we're just past New Year's,
Yeah,
so...
so most likely.
Some should
I
start
guess
soon.
it could be, yeah.
Probably
You have
soon.
to start your new
Yeah.
semester of school.
But I'm solar powered-ish. I don't need to really sleep much. I can help that your body is weaker and softer than mine.
That's a good point.
Fine, we'll do midnight.
Okay.
I've been goaded into
Darren.
it.
We come on this warehouse at midnight, and
Yes.
we get a couple of panels across the street of the Toddleton Memorial Hospital, which is this big, like, Art Deco, kind of ominous-looking hospital, like, of all things. And across the street, we have a couple of, like, storage units. We have a couple of, like, small office buildings, and we have the address that looks like just a standard warehouse. Now, this is not your normal Apex City abandoned warehouse, where it's in complete disrepair and kind of out in the middle of nowhere. This is nestled in with a bunch of other buildings. It looks like it's probably been used recently. The windows are all intact, and it definitely does have a padlock on the door. So I kind of want to get a little intro from everybody right quick. So are you all showing up, like, are you rolling up as a group, or are you all arriving individually?
I don't know, I feel like we must have met somewhere and carpooled.
That makes the most sense.
Okay.
I feel like we should be arriving together.
Yeah.
By carpooled, I mean not in an actual car,
No,
probably,
no.
but we have several modes of transportation,
Yes.
But you all kind of
including demons and other such things.
Imaginary
Uh,
cars.
Yes, it might.
Preparation.
Yes.
In preparation for going to public school, I will have started to watch a whole bunch of movies where humans interact with aliens, starting with classics such as Aliens, and Predator. So,
No E.T.
no E.T. That's
Yeah.
silly.
Yet. How about Mac and me?
That sounds fair. So I will
Jeez.
do what I have seen Arnold Schwarzenegger do in Predator, and I will arrive covered in mud
Nice.
for such stealthy occasions as this.
Is it like the camouflage under your eyes?
Yeah.
Like,
Nice.
yeah, that's good. Okay. Is anyone else needing to, for lack of a better phrase, go commando for this?
Ugh, you ruined it.
Sorry.
Nope, I'm wearing my normal clothes.
Okay.
Let us
No.
get to the chopper.
William, tux as normal or normal people wear?
First of all, suit, not tux.
Okay. Suit.
There's a difference.
I'm
Tux is
sorry.
for special
This one,
Exactly.
this one does not have tails. My apologies.
Correct. Nor am I wearing a top hat anymore.
Oh, but you should. Do you have your cowboy hat that you stole from Hex all those years ago?
That is
I mean, by which I mean last year.
safely stored away.
Okay.
Perhaps someday when I learn how to use his magic staff, then I will also wear his cowboy hat.
Okay. I think a good intro on this is, I think William had floated just like portals. And I like the idea of just like a big portal popping open in front of this building and kind of all four of you A-teaming out of it.
That makes sense.
So you're here. It's dark. There are no lights on inside. What do you do?
Look through the window.
Okay. You're just going to try and like climb up
Yeah.
and look through there?
Yeah, why not?
You climb up and you kind of like peer in the window. As I mentioned, it is very, very dark. But you can see that kind of in the center of this, something has been piled up in like kind of a rough pyramid sort of shape in the middle of the room.
Okay.
So that's weird. But you can't really make out much of anything else that's going on in there. Is there anything that you would want to do beyond that?
Like what I would be looking for?
Yeah.
Most like people moving around is probably what I would be looking for.
At this point, probably not. You don't see any movement inside the warehouse.
Cool.
Is there any, like, electronics or, like, computer panels around?
It's not that high tech. There is like an electronic security system, but it's like a motion alarm.
Okay.
Jackie, infrared?
I was going to say, I probably do. I'm not sure. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to
Some
look in the
nice
window
signatures.
then.
Sure.
I'm going to try to use my enhanced vision to see more about what's going on.
Yeah. I think in that case, since you do have enhanced vision, I would like you to extend your senses with an
Sure.
Unleash Your Powers roll.
That is freak,
That is
right?
plus freak.
All right, that is an 11.
Okay. So yeah, you do the thing. You pop on your infrared, you stand up to your full bear height, and kind of like peer in there alongside Piero.
Mm-hmm.
And where we get from Piero's point of view, like just sort of a big vague shape, you can kind of make out a few more details. These are just a bunch of crates, a bunch of shipping boxes that have been piled up in sort of like a rough, pyramid shape in the middle. And on top of that, there is a wooden rocking chair in which is sitting a department store mannequin with Sharpied dots all over it. You don't see any people in there.
Dots.
Okay,
Yes.
This
How
is
big?
creepy as all get out.
Are we like talking the same type of dots that is currently on my hand?
Well, Piero's hand, your
My
neck.
hand.
Your neck.
My neck, I'm
Your
sorry.
But that would seem to be the implication, but they're just obviously Sharpied on, not actually like...
Right, no, I
Yes,
got that,
Yeah.
but that's what it's directly correlating to.
Yeah, it's a mannequin with those kind of like black Sharpied spots all over it.
Okay. That's creepy.
So while that's going on, William, Darren, what you up to?
Well, if they're not seeing any direct danger, then I guess it's time to go inside.
Okay.
So doors, I assume locked.
Yeah, like there are padlocks on the doors.
I can just basically teleport us directly inside if that's what we want to do.
It's probably the stealthiest way inside.
It's not exactly stealthy. It's a giant flaming portal. Like nothing stealthy about it, but
It'll get you. It'll get the job done.
it'll get us in there.
It won't
That's the
trip
route
any
we wanna go.
alarms, you would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay, so I guess that's what I do. I'm
Okay.
going to create a portal directly inside the door.
So I think again this is going to be an Unleash Your Powers roll for this one,
Sounds good.
because you're overcoming an obstacle.
9.
So it's been a while since we've done this. You will do the thing, so you are going to get everyone inside, but you can either mark a condition, or I will tell you how it is unstable or temporary.
Let's make it more interesting. It's going to be temporary.
Okay. So unstable or temporary is always my choice.
Okay,
just to let
fair
you know.
enough.
But I'm just going to go for temporary anyway, so that's fine. As you pop in, so first off, is everyone going along through in this portal? Yes?
Yeah.
At least try to
Yeah,
before
that's
it
fine.
closes. It's just
Yeah,
temporary.
no issues with that. Everyone pops on in. As you do, it definitely snaps shut, and you didn't release that. Something closed it on you.
Okay.
So that happened. That's weird.
Something's off, guys. That wasn't right.
Yeah, something's been off. There's that creepy mannequin up there.
mean,
Something's
like,
definitely off.
Magically speaking, there's something interfering.
Oh.
I know you love to hear that, Jackie.
I do not love... You don't know me at all, William.
Okay, there's this human thing called sarcasm, and I use it, like, quite a bit. And we'll have a talk about this later.
Is that
but-
why you're an S?
Yeah, a lot of times.
Wow.
Hot takes 2020. This group got spicy. So, yes, you are now all inside this darkened warehouse. There is no alarm going off, or at least as far as you know. You can now all kind of see, since you're closer in on here, that, yeah, there's a big pile of boxes with a wooden rocking chair and a mannequin sitting in it that is just covered in these Sharpie dots. What's your next course of action?
Burn it to the ground.
I mean, if you want to do that, go for it.
No, I think I should look around for any sorts of doors or hatches or anything.
Okay.
Anything else that might be
Yeah, let's
of
not burn it
use.
down before we have a reliable exit.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree.
In that case, I think I'm going to go ahead and...
I'm not worried about exiting with Jackie around either. Inevitably.
I think I want to use that as an assess the situation.
All right, that makes sense.
So go ahead and roll plus superior.
Superior.
And you're just kind of like nosing around looking for hidden stuff, basically.
Basically.
Okay.
That's a 10.
Okay. So you get 2 questions off of there, and
That's right.
where you want to start.
Let's see. Assess the situation. Let's go with what here is the most vulnerable to me.
Nothing that you see about this situation seems like it is particularly well built or stable. Like this is literally a giant pile of wooden boxes with a
All right.
rocking chair on top of it.
All right.
That's not going to be hard to take out for you. Beyond that, I mean, you know that you can break stuff real easy, so
Right.
push comes to shove, you can take down this, this entire warehouse. There's
Sure.
actually one central support beam.
Okay, that's good
It's
to know.
not a huge warehouse.
Uh-huh.
So if you need
That's-
to bring the roof down, you definitely can.
This seems like bad design.
It's an abandoned warehouse.
That doesn't.
Okay.
It shouldn't have been built with only one central support beam.
Maybe
Apex
it
City
had
has
two,
very
and-
lax building code.
Really?
Everything just gets destroyed all the time and they just rebuild it as quickly as
Right?
possible.
That actually
They're basically
makes sense.
temporary buildings.
I'll buy that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost every building in Apex is temporary. So while the Baroness is looking around, Darren is
So I
sitting
have
there.
2 questions.
Oh yeah, sorry.
In case you forgot.
I'm sorry. What's your second question?
What here is the biggest threat?
You are getting some ominous vibes off of that, off of this, for lack of better word, like altar.
So like the entire thing or just the mannequin at top or
I'll let you decide what you think is more ominous. and
Honestly,
wiggity.
the way you're describing it sounds more like a pyre than an altar.
I mean, you do you.
got it.
But that central construction is giving you real bad vibes.
Got it.
So Darren, whilst the Baroness is kind of nosing around and looking at stuff, what are you up to at this point?
Since you have the sensors and you scan the area and you don't see anything,
Not really.
so there's no life forms here?
Well, I didn't scan for life forms. I'm not sure I can do that, but nothing showed up on my infrared.
And so that we should have at least seen some sort of
Heat
heat
signature.
signatures.
Yeah.
If there was a person here, yeah.
But you didn't see any.
You would think.
So maybe he's either not with us anymore or he's not in the space.
Yeah.
So, Piero,
Can I call Todd Roman's phone?
you've been trying. I'll give you that. This
Okay.
is probably not the first time you've tried. There is
Sure.
definitely no answer.
Oh.
Do we hear ringing?
Yeah, that's what I was
Oh,
asking for.
yeah.
gotcha. Okay, yeah, I like that. I like that.
Mhm.
Wait,
and
hasn't it been a month?
it has.
There's no way it still has charge.
Well,
if it said,
Unless it's being charged.
You know what? I'm
Magic.
gonna call that an unleash your powers
Okay.
because it's the closest we can get. You're trying to overcome an obstacle.
are you miming a cell phone?
No, I have a cell phone.
Oh, okay.
It's a 6.
Is it?
Yeah, because I am
Oh.
hopeless,
Oh,
but I'm
dear.
also my freak is +2.
Well,
so it
we
doesn't
do
work.
have one team in the pool standard.
I could boost your signal.
She can, or
Yeah.
you could listen harder. I don't.
No, I like that. I
Okay.
like that. That works.
You can tap into my Wi-Fi or something.
Yeah. So you're connected to the Baroness' Wi-Fi trying to make this call. Perfect. I like that.
Verify.
That'll get us up to a
Yes.
7. So I'll tell you how this works, and then I'll let you decide whether you want to mark a condition or I'll make this unstable or temporary. You do, in fact, hear a ringing coming from kind of in the middle of that big pile of boxes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want this to be unstable or temporary, or do you want to mark a condition?
I don't want to mark a condition, so
All right.
unstable.
So unstable or temporary.
please.
Okay. You're holding your phone up, and you hear this ringing. And for the first time in like an actual month, someone picks up on the other line. And you hear, "Hello, Piero. So glad you came to visit." And then it clicks on. Alright. Is that the sound you're making in
Yeah,
character?
just
Who answered?
the teeth guy.
I will say at this point, a couple of things happen. So, first off, lights start coming on along the length of the warehouse. And as they do, you can see up in the top of this, kind of like hanging almost bat style from the ceiling of this, there are a bunch of mostly human-looking figures, kind of contorted in various really impossible ways, and all of them just covered in spots, and they begin to drop from the ceiling. It doesn't look like that's going to go, it doesn't look like they're very friendly, I'll put it to you that way.
Sure.
Are these mannequins or are they people?
Kind of both.
Oh, I
worse.
hate it. I hate it.
Let's get into a very brief and vague description of what they look like, because this could go into some body horror territory. Spoilers, and here's your warning. They look like they used to be people. Their limbs have kind of elongated, and a lot of the joints have reversed.
Ah!
I hate that.
The eyes basically above the skin basically above their mouth has covered their eyes. The only thing that's left is mouth. Nothing else. No hair. No
nose.
No
Just
nose.
Not even like a lump.
Nope. Nothing. Just smooth.
Oddly flat. Perfect.
That's
pretty awesome.
Yeah. And it looks like they're starting to grow kind of like a petechia, like you would have like... So basically, the skin from their elbow down to their torso is... There's a big flap of skin there. Like a
webbing?
Yeah,
like a
webbing.
Spider-Man web wings.
Yeah, kinda. But made of skin.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Like a bat wing?
Like it looks like it's going in that direction.
Okay.
Yeah, like a flying
Yeah.
squirrel.
Like they haven't completely completed whatever metamorphosis they're making, but...
Yeah, it's like a wingsuit.
Yeah, they're like skin-based wingsuits.
Perfect.
Yes.
And they're wearing, like, tatters of whatever clothes they were wearing at some point in the past. But it's really hard to make out any individual features on any of these people. So, there's probably 12-ish of them.
Easy.
And...
Do they have spots on them?
Yes.
All over them.
Oh, yes. All over.
No. Are they clearly real, or are they clearly markered on?
They're very real.
Oh, shit.
Just touching each other.
So, just to be clear, me and Piero are infected already.
Yes.
I don't know the results of more spots, but this might be it. And you two are not infected.
Not as far as we know.
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm not sure we can
I
tell
will,
if you
I will,
were.
I will grant on that. These two definitely are not.
Okay.
And when he said these two, he was indicating the Baroness and Darren.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, they have now dropped from the ceiling, and the lights are on, and they're trying to advance upon you. What do you do?
Okay.
Sorry, right quick.
Oh.
I'm sorry. There's a move that we should trigger right now, because you are entering battle against
Correct.
a dangerous foe as a
Yes,
team.
I was just going to point that out.
I believe the right quick count has now reached 4 in this episode.
Are you keeping track of that now?
I am maybe keeping track of that now that it's been pointed out you do it so often.
I was trying not to be self-conscious, thank you, Nan.
Oh.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry, Sugar Plum.
I'm not self-conscious about it. It's fine. Right quick. Okay.
Can you repeat that right quick?
Right quick.
Thank you.
Okay.
Wrong quick.
What about a slow quick?
No.
Left quick.
Left quick, yes.
Jinx.
All
That's
right.
2 sodas.
So when you enter battle against a dangerous foe as a team, we add 2 to the team pool. So we've got 2 in the pool now because we used the 1 standard.
Mm-hmm.
Who's leading this? Who's in control of this?
Piero.
Yeah, I guess me.
All right, cool. Piero, do you have influence over your other 3 teammates?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, so that brings us up to 3. This fight has just started, but I want to start with Darren. What is your purpose in this fight going to be?
Escape.
Okay. William,
Excuse me?
what's your purpose in this fight?
What did you call me?
William.
Okay.
I pronounced it in the French style.
Which would have been Guillaume.
Guillaume.
I'm not going to be in agreement with that. My purpose is to keep Darren and Jackie from getting infected.
Okay, so protect your 2 teammates.
Yes.
Okay. Baroness, what is your purpose in this fight?
I want to wreck some shit.
Okay, and Piero, what is your purpose in this fight?
Okay, now you've lied in every other prep, because that's always your purpose.
Yeah, I'm just more self-aware of it.
All right.
I think Piero's purpose would probably be to find Todd Roman.
Okay, so we do not have the same purpose.
No, we do not.
All right. I don't think any of you mistrust anyone else here, right?
No.
Not at this
Cool.
point.
And I don't think, weirdly enough, I do not think you're ill-prepared or off-balance, because you came here knowing that
Expecting.
you'd probably find something.
Yeah.
So with that, we have 3 team in the pool, and now let's get to the action. You got about 12 heebie-jeebies advancing on you. Probably about 6 from each side. What do you do? Panicking is a perfectly valid response to this.
We just need to corral them all into one place and then crush them.
I want to unleash my powers. What are we standing on? Is the asphalt or?
Yeah, so this is just a warehouse floor, so it's probably made of concrete.
All right.
I'm
going to.
beams. There's one central support column, but
All right. So what I want to do is I want to place my hands underneath and grab the concrete that is in front of me like a blanket.
Mhm.
Shift my density through it, and then shift it into the table of the ground and lift it up like a carpet and start pushing.
okay. What are you trying to do with
I'm
this?
trying to push the small group that are in front of me and make a barrier made of concrete
Okay.
away from them, away
Okay.
from me.
Okay, so you're trying to basically just push them away from you a bit.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that counts as an unleash your powers.
All
So,
right.
yeah, you're reshaping your environment.
9.
So, yeah, you've got a 9 on that. So, first question is, does anyone want to help in this endeavor to push it up to a 10?
I think you should, because we rarely ever get through our team
That's
in
true.
fights,
It
and we
would
can
not
only
be
ever use
hard,
one at a
yeah.
time anyway.
That's fair. All
Yeah,
right,
sure.
So who wants to help?
I can help. I'll do a
Hey.
little boxy box.
Okay.
With it.
To kind of like
Yeah.
brace it? Or...
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. So with that, yeah, you do the thing. You've got a concrete barrier. It's probably going to take them a little bit to get through that. You do see some of them starting to like spider climb like up the side of it, but it's going to take them a second to get over that.
Okay.
You've definitely created at least a temporary barrier on one side.
Okay.
All right. What next?
So, these things, as far as I can tell, besides being infected with some sort of magical disease that is really bad, they also don't seem to be even remotely human anymore.
Physically, definitely not. They look pretty far gone.
Yeah, I'm going to call them a lost cause, and I'm going to try and just portal some of them straight into the Hell Dimension and just drop them there.
Oh dear.
Dark.
Oh, so dark.
Sugar plum, what?
Okay.
None of this portaling people elsewhere, just straight up.
You belong in hell, monster.
To be fair, they probably do, but
They fit in there.
They'll probably be better off.
Okay. I think that's directly engaging a threat, if we're being honest. Go for
Okay.
it.
That will be a 10.
Nice. Go and pick 2 off of that list.
Can I take their ability to be in this dimension anymore?
Yeah, I think you can get at least a couple of them. What else do you want to pick?
And then the usual resistor avoid blows.
Fair. So yeah, you basically, there's a couple of them rushing at you from the other side, and you open a portal. I will tell you, it is very difficult. It is way harder to open this thing than you thought it was going to be.
Something interfering
There's-
on a mental or magical level?
Probably magical.
Okay.
So like, remember when you ported in here and then just closed your portal immediately?
Okay.
It's that kind of thing. You only get 2 of them. And then it just shuts down.
Okay.
Yeah, Baroness, Piero, what's up?
okay, so I'm trying to picture the situation. There's a wall of concrete.
Yes.
Is that like between us and all of them?
So you've got 6 of them coming from either side. You've got a
Okay.
wall of concrete on one side.
On one side.
And then
So you've-
and we portaled a couple from the
Yeah,
other
so you've
side.
got
Okay.
4 of them coming from the other side.
Got it.
And they are going to get over that concrete wall eventually.
Right. So my first thought is to push the concrete wall over on top of them.
Okay.
So the ones that are climbing up on the other side to smash the wall down so it tips over on them.
Okay.
Ooh, that's smart.
I like it. I like it.
So yeah, my thought is I'm just gonna run and jump at the top of the wall and try to smash it over on them.
That's good. That is definitely a directly engage a threat.
It sounds like
Do
it.
you want to trigger any of your moves?
I feel like
no.
I should
You
not
should.
cause collateral damage.
I think you should, since you're already going to be destroying part of that. Whatchamajigga.
It's good flavor-wise. I'm not sure if it's good anything else.
Yeah.
It's just that you're getting mighty close to them, and you aren't yet infected.
That is true.
You want
I
to be able
am
to resist
not
or
yet
avoid blows.
infected.
You might want the extra.
That might be good.
Good
Jeremy's
audio.
face right now is fantastic.
I'm not gonna do it right now.
Okay, so go ahead and roll.
I'm gonna trust
Trust the
some of
dice.
trusting some of my powers to help me if it comes to it.
Fingers crossed.
All right. Okay, that's 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
Minus 2
Is an
brings
8.
it down to 8.
Okay.
We can try and bump that to a 10.
That would be your last 2 team.
It would.
So if 2 of you can help, we can make that a 10.
I can.
Do we want to bother? That's all of our team.
That is all of your team.
Yeah.
We've never gone through all of our team ever.
This could be the first time.
You're
Yeah.
not wrong.
If not now, when?
Yeah, exactly.
Can I take a +1 on that from any of my assess the situation rolls, such as what here is most vulnerable to me, being everything?
You know what? Sure, I'll allow that. That's sure.
Because then we could spend 1 team.
Sure. I'll let that happen. Okay, so does someone want to use
How are you
a
going to help
team to help? Yes.
Yes. I believe I would be standing next to the Baroness, and I would slap her bare hide before she jumps. And
Give me the emotional support
Yeah.
I need.
No, let's hear it.
Slap.
Little yippee-ki-yay.
It would be consensual because we are friends.
We are friends.
We are friends because you should not slap someone's butt without their consent.
That is true.
But emotional support.
Emotional support
Okay.
/ shift your density a week.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and pick 2 off that list.
Okay, I will resist or avoid their blows.
Probably a solid plan.
That's probably a good idea.
Solid plan.
And I feel like I should take something from them
Okay.
in the fact that they are still alive and a threat.
Sure.
They are currently not under a pile of concrete, and I wish to take that fact from them.
So
Our phrasings are getting close.
I think weirdly trapping them under a pile of concrete would count as creating an opportunity for your allies.
Sure, if that's how you want to play
I
it.
think that's a good because you don't necessarily have to take their inability to be under concrete. You've created an opportunity.
That's how I
fine.
want to phrase it.
That's fine. That's fine. I think a couple of them get trapped in the rubble. I think that's fine. They're surprisingly fast, surprisingly agile. So the ones that were skittering up that rubble are definitely trapped in it, or skittering up that wall.
Mhm.
But the ones that were trying to go around are probably, there is no more barrier wall, so you've probably at this point got 4 on each side.
Okay.
Yes, Darren.
I would like to regroup everyone and say, everyone, try and grab a hold of me, and I can shift us out.
Okay. Are you grabbing hold of Darren?
Yeah, I grabbed Darren's hand.
Okay.
Well, is it gloved? As a mime, you have gloves on.
I don't have gloves on. This comes up all the time. There are no
The
gloves
gloves.
on this character.
Why not? You have a mark
Well,
on your
hold
hand.
on.
You should be wearing a glove.
You could always use the other hand.
Yeah, I'll
You've got
use the other
You've
hand.
got 2 of them. It's fine.
Just basic.
There's 2
safety
hands.
at
I
this
have
point.
2 hands.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No one wants to wear a glove all the time. William, are you going along with this plan?
Yes.
All right, and the Baroness?
I will trust Darren.
You trust Darren?
Yeah.
Okay. So your teammates, kind of grab onto you. What are you trying to do, Darren?
I'm going to try and shift us all to Gloob. And
Okay.
then go through the wall and get us out of the warehouse.
Okay. I think this is going to be a defend someone or something.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll plus savior.
Does it have to be plus?
Yeah, it does.
Does it have to be defend?
It does. Because you are trying to defend someone or something from an immediate threat.
I might need to use the last pool because that's -3.
We'll see
already.
We'll see what happens. There's not enough team for
That
that.
is 4.
Not enough team for that. So
I tried, guys. I'm so sorry.
no, it's fine. It's fine. Mark potential,
True.
right? There's always a bright side.
It's a puny breast.
As your teammates are latching onto you,
Mm-hmm.
it's not like these things are stopping to let this happen,
Yeah.
and they're relatively fast. I think the 4 on the non-wall side have managed to close on the rest of you, and at this point, one of them just grabs Piero,
Great.
from behind, and yanks Piero away from you.
Hmm.
Okay.
Piero, I would like you to take a powerful blow.
Sorry, Piero.
It's okay. You tried your best. That's a 10.
Ooh.
What is it plus?
Oh, plus
Conditions.
conditions marked.
Ah, it's 14.
Oh!
All right. Pierre's gonna freak out.
Do I at least get to mark potential?
No.
No.
That's so
You
sad.
Isn't it? It's the most depressing
You
thing.
mark
worst.
potential when you fail that roll, which is the good thing.
Uh-huh.
So when you roll low on that, you are great. You're golden. It's the only roll you want to fail. So on a 10 plus, you can choose one. You either, and this is your choice,
Okay.
remove yourself from the
Thank you.
situation, flee, pass out, etc., lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way, or pick 2 options from that 7 to 9 list. These are all on the table. What do you want to do, Piero?
I will pass out.
You're gonna
Yeah.
flee, pass out,
I'm just
etc.?
gonna scream and then
I like that.
pass out.
So what you see in this warehouse, because the way this plays out, is one of them grabs Piero and drags them back, and the lights just immediately cut, and you hear Piero scream, and we are now in the dark. Piero is gone. Things are getting a little bit confusing. So, I think Baroness or William here, what do you want to do?
Can I turn on my night vision?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
So I'm gonna do that, and I want to find Piero and see what's going on with them before I make any choice.
I think I want to make this an unleash.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll plus 3.
9.
Okay. There is one team in the pool, so we could make this a 10, or we could just make this a choice. And this is kind of up to Darren. or William.
Unleash.
Yeah.
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay, so here's what you see, and then I'll let you choose whether you want a condition or etc. You flip on your night vision. We get that panel where like your cyber eye glows green for a second, and you see this kind of monstrosity like hauling Piero back towards a square hole in the air. And past that, you can see stars.
Got it.
Standing in the middle of this field of just empty void. You remember that mannequin that's like covered in black spots? This is another mannequin. It looks it's not a department store mannequin. This is like an old style wooden. It is probably 4 feet tall.
Okay.
Just like, sketching mannequin. No features, no spots, but it's like making a come hither kind of move with its hand.
Yeah.
And all 4 of those things that were on that side are starting to like haul Piero towards it. So, do you want to mark a condition, or shall I tell you how this is unstable or temporary?
No, I'm marking a condition, and I want to charge that guy.
What you marking?
Angry.
Okay.
Saw that going a mile away.
So that does fill me up to 3 conditions. Does that
It does.
switch my armature?
It does.
Just saying.
So we can have that happen after this.
Yeah.
But
Don't want
whatever
to
you do
bog
next,
us down.
whatever you do after this, you'll switch after that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said you wanted to charge.
Oh yeah, I want to charge that
Wait,
mannequin
you want to
guy.
go into the portal?
Yeah, I want to charge at the mannequin guy that's trying to steal Piero.
Okay. Directly engage the threat.
So you're going through the portal.
If he's through the portal,
He
yeah.
is through the portal.
I'm going through the
Okay,
portal.
never mind what I was going to do.
Directly engage that threat.
I'm directly engaging this threat.
It's worth noting that Darren and William can't actually see that. The Baroness has night vision, so you just see...
You could have said something.
Oh no, the Baroness
No.
is reckless. I love this.
I'm taking foolhardy action without consulting my team.
That'll help you clear my vision.
Of course
That's
you are.
good. That's good. Go ahead and roll for it. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot to ask. Are you triggering your moves?
There's a part of me that really wants to cause collateral damage
so
here,
fun, too.
so I'm gonna go with it to cause collateral
Perfect.
damage here.
All right. So what you got? Are you triggering your porcupine move for the last time?
Oh,
Because you could.
that's true. I could,
I just got to remind you all the options you have.
but no, I don't want to do that because I want to roll with my danger.
Okay. All right. So what's your total?
8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think with your in a china shop, you do get an
Yes.
extra option off that list, right?
I do.
So that gives you 2 options.
That
All
gives
right.
me 2 options.
What you doing?
Initially, what I want to do, I think I want to impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Fair.
And I also really want to take something from them, namely Piero.
Okay. So at this point, it is worth noting that the playwright does not have Piero. The minions do.
Well then I want to take his arm.
Okay. You just take his arm off. Okay.
Yes, I do.
I'm fine with that.
Why not his head? That way you can just increase your collection.
Oh.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I want his head now.
That's it?
I want a collection of weird heads now.
You can take his head. That's fine.
That's what I want.
All right. Now that said, you did not resist.
I did
his
not
blows.
resist his blows.
So let's get that panel where you charge straight past Piero being like dragged towards this portal, and you leap out through this at the playwright and just like grab his head with your cyber arm. And I would like you to first off roll to take a powerful blow, and we'll figure out what happens because you did not resist or avoid.
I did not.
And this could go a couple of ways.
Those are double sixes.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Well, I think you know how this works at this point.
Yes, I do.
What you want to do?
Why is my team so suicidal?
Oh my.
In theory, if you give ground and struggle past the pain, that's only 5 conditions, which means you're still technically in this. Just barely. I mean, not to influence anything, but...
I don't want to give ground to him, though. I don't want to do it.
You could take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition on one of your teammates.
Yeah.
Verbally, yeah.
Or you could
Yeah.
provoke one of them to foolhardy action.
I could do that. What would be foolhardy action at this point? So yeah, I think I might go with this. I
Okay.
think I'm gonna struggle past the pain, and I'm going to provoke. I'm gonna try to provoke William
Okay.
to save Piero at his own risk,
How is that foolhardy?
because this is directly exposing William to the wrath of these mannequins.
Okay. Can we ramp up the foolhardy part of that a little bit?
Let's see.
Because it's dark.
That is also foolhardy.
That's true. It is very dark in here.
Mhm.
So,
If
So
I
how-
can try and if something foolhardy for me at this point would be to, for instance, summon up a demon in order to save Piero, even though there are mannequins coming at me, and that leaves me utterly
Right.
defenseless.
Yeah. Okay. I think that works. So
That's-
basically,
yeah, that's
to
what I
like
was
devote
going
your
for.
energy to Piero rather than defending yourself.
Exactly.
Yes,
I'm
that's
just,
what I
like,
was going
stuck
for,
where I'm
yeah.
at then.
Okay, I like that. So in that case, this is a provoke, which means
Right.
you do have to provoke.
Right. See, that is plus superior. That is an 8?
Okay. So do you want?
No, I'm not guilty, so yeah, that's an 8.
Okay. So do you want this to be carrot or stick time? Do it at a team or don't do it market condition.
I feel like at this point, I really want to do carrot, but I feel like if the Baroness is lashing out, she would use the stick.
Okay. So basically, if you do not try and save Piero, you will market condition. So you grab his head. And at this point, you are kind of fully in this void, and you just go straight past him, head in hand. Doesn't really seem to bother him that much.
Yeah.
Now we'll get back to what
Sure,
happens there.
sure, yeah.
But let's get back to William right quick, because you have just been provoked to foolhardy action. Are you doing it?
Correct. Does that burn her influence over me?
No.
So basically, I'm saying, William, stop thinking about yourself for once and help the rest of us.
Oh.
As we go flying through this
specifically
void.
Piero.
Specifically Piero, yeah.
My whole goal in this fight was to save you people. But no, I'll just stop thinking about myself for once.
No,
It's fine.
That's true. This is teenage drama.
Right, exactly.
So, is your move to try and help Piero?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and pull Piero back from them by summoning up a demon. So they're moving toward the portal. I'll summon a demon in between. Come forward the opposite direction, grab Piero, and pull her back toward us. Pull them back toward us, I'm sorry.
So it is worth noting that you do not know where Piero is exactly, because the lights
But
all
my
went out.
demons glow blue.
They do. So the way I'm going to work this is a defense summon.
Yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll plus savior. They may be able to pinpoint Piero better than you.
I think they did.
I think
Well.
they did. I think they definitely did. Let's get to Piero right quick. Because you have a decision to make here in just a second.
Mhm.
But here's what happens. So you are being dragged off. You can't see. You kind of see the Baroness's eye glow for a second, and then she runs past you, which probably not what you were expecting.
A little bit.
But then one of William's demons just pops into existence, kind of past where you're going, and scatters the things that are holding you, grabs you, and just like flaps up into the air a little bit.
Cool.
William, you have a decision to make.
Yep.
So, do you want to add a team to the pool, take influence over Piero, or clear condition?
I have no conditions at this point.
Okay.
That might change very soon. But for the time being, I'm going to add a team to the pool because we're burning it.
Okay, so we're backed up to 2 in the pool.
Good idea.
Darren, things have happened.
Things have happened.
There are 4 of these creatures who are basically starting to circle around William at this point.
Can I see them? Because I have
It's
alien eyesight.
You do. It is very dark in here. We have kind of established that you see in the ultraviolet. So one thing to note, they didn't pick up on infrared. They don't have body heat, but you can kind of make out an outline. So you can't see them great, but you can tell where they're at.
Okay.
So what do you do?
I'm trying to think of how to clear my conditions. I don't want to run away.
What you got?
Well, I have angry, so I'm looking at hurt someone
Or break something important. There is one central beam in this warehouse. You could bring the roof down.
You can also clear conditions by defending William.
Yeah, you can clear by defending. You can clear,
I'm good at defending right
Yeah.
now.
in theory, by comfort or
I'm
support.
guessing.
I'm really bad at defending.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Because I am... Well, I think whenever I've rolled for defending, I usually have to roll for savior, and my
It
savior's
is.
-1.
Yeah.
And then I'm insecure, which is a -2.
Right.
Which is take foolhardy action without talking to your team. Now in
Yeah.
theory, not to influence you, if you wreck this entire warehouse without talking to your team, that clears both of those at the end of the scene.
This is very true.
Masks is a game about good decisions.
Taking a page from the Jackie book there.
You know what? Fuck this shit. This pole's coming down.
Done with this
Woo!
warehouse.
I'm done with this warehouse and this altar crap.
Beautifully. So tell me how you do this.
I really hope Todd Roman's not at the bottom of those boxes.
Well, tell me what you're doing.
Todd, you were a good guy. But coming to find you has hurt people I like more than you. As you
Fair
understand.
point.
Yep.
All right.
I'm going. I look around. I zero in on the pole.
Mhm.
I look up. Look at the pole. Look up. Look at the pole. And I charge at it.
Uh-huh.
And then I take my hands and make the density super, super heavy. Put them together like a great big fist. And then I bowl it out.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. This is going to be an Unleash Your Powers because you
Okay.
are reshaping your environment. So
Okie
go
dokie.
ahead and roll plus freak.
Okie dokie. So
What you got?
I have a 5 on the dice, but freak is +2. That's the 7.
Nice.
And then what'd you ask me to roll?
This is Unleash Your Powers.
Which is
Unleash.
hopeless, so you're good.
I'm good.
Yeah, that's
so
a
I
7.
have a 7.
Okay, so on a 7 to 9, you can either mark a condition or I will tell you how this effect is unstable or temporary. Which do you want?
You go for it.
I'll go for it. Okay, I think this works beautifully. I think Darren has had enough of this warehouse.
Bullshit.
Table flip this entire warehouse. You take out the central support column,
Mm-hmm.
and it falls. It actually crushes a couple of these creatures that were starting to surround William. And this place is very quickly starting to come down. There are definitely pieces of roof falling. You now have a very unstable environment. It's dangerous to be in here. So with that, I would like to very quickly get over to Piero.
Hello.
You're up in the air. A demon is carrying you,
yes.
and now there are pieces of ceiling falling around you. What do you do? It's still very dark, to let you know. But you can kind of see that there's a tussle going down where you used to be. You know that Jackie ran past you in...
You're also being held by a demon at this point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That I know.
What's your main priority?
Todd Roman.
Okay.
Oh,
At this point,
Because you're up in the air,
mhm.
so you could try and look around with your vantage point, which it is.
Yeah, I'll
pretty,
do that.
It is pretty dark
Yeah.
in here, but I would definitely give you that as maybe even unleashing your powers because you could extend your senses somehow.
What if instead I mark my doom track to portal to Todd Roman?
To portal to Todd Roman. Oh hell yes! Nice.
Oh no.
Do it.
Okay, and that also fills up my doom track.
Oh, that's so good.
Piero is leaving this fight forever.
Now, when you fill up your doom track, you do get a new doom sign, and that is immediately.
Okay,
So what do you want?
I'll take infinite powers.
Oh, that's so good. So you can mark a doom
Yes.
to
Fill the doom.
have an ability
Yes.
that helps you. Any ability you want.
Yes.
So up in the sky, since you're connected to your demons, you feel like what this demon was holding on to gets very, very cold all of a sudden, and then is just gone. We'll get to where Piero went to in just a sec, but Piero has left the building.
Disappeared.
Dun-dun.
So,
Piero, why?
well, on the upside, Piero's gone, so Piero is no longer in immediate danger. So I do want to, at this point, get back to the Baroness.
Sure.
You are to put it bluntly, you're in orbit.
Yes.
You can see, if you turn your head back and look, the curvature of the Earth,
Uh-huh.
and kind of just hanging out in the middle of that star field, without a head at this point, is a old-style drawing mannequin. And you can see a little square in front of it, through which you can see the warehouse from which you came.
Sure.
So the question here is, what do you do?
I feel like I should try to get back to the warehouse.
You should. But,
No,
there is one other thing that has happened in the meantime,
Sure.
because you had to reboot. You had to switch.
That's right.
Because you filled up your armature. So, what have you switched to?
Something that has flight capabilities.
None of them do yet.
Well, but I do have mutated powers.
You do.
But anyways, the only one that I'm able to unlock is Eagle.
Okay,
So I'm switching to Eagle.
that makes sense. Now what do you do?
So I think I'm going to take advantage of a mind of their own,
Okay,
and a bunch of shit's going to happen right now.
okay.
So in order to use a mind of their own, which is my powers mutate to grant me new powers when I'm facing an obstacle or a threat that's beyond the normal scope of my powers.
It definitely
Which I
is.
believe being in space is.
This absolutely is.
So all my conditions are filled though.
Yes.
So I'm going to mark a condition to trigger regeneration.
Oh god. So you're regenerating in space, but also making yourself have powers to overcome being in space.
Yes, and since I'm regenerated in Eagle,
Okay. Alright. What?
You've created a monster.
I love this. This is great. Okay. So what happens?
Okay, so the way I'm seeing this play out, I get the head and I realize that I'm in space.
Yes.
And this is a shock for me. And I feel like the shock of just seeing all this is just going to overwhelm me for a second. Add some cosmic rays or whatever is going on out there.
Sure.
So I'm just going to shut down for a minute.
Okay.
But as I reboot, everything's going to change and start shifting. Because this is the first time that a mind of their own is activated.
Yeah, no, I like...
So this is weird, and I'm in space.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm going to unlock an armature form. I'm going to change my physical appearance. And you know what? I'm going to change my gender identity.
Okay.
To neutral.
Neutral. Okay.
Because I'm getting closer to Piero in this moment by connecting with their enemy.
Nice. So you changed your appearance.
Yes.
What to?
I think this is going to go along with how my powers change to adapt for space.
Okay, and how are your powers adapting to save you from space?
So, since these are only temporary powers, I think I'm going to grow rockets.
Nice. And are these rockets trying to get you back through that portal, or are you just re-entering the atmosphere? Because either one is valid.
Yeah, see, I definitely want to re-enter the atmosphere now.
Okay.
And just hope that I land in Apex City.
That's fine. This is a heck of a session.
So I'm just going to flip the bird to the guy, the mannequin guy, like to his head and to his body.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to zoom back down into Earth.
Okay.
You're still holding his head?
Oh yeah, I'm bringing the head with me.
I am going to make you unleash your powers.
Make it through re-entry.
I am going to make you unleash your powers.
Oh yeah, I assume so.
So go ahead. You are hella overcoming an obstacle.
Oh yeah. Of all the times.
Oh, that's good. Mark potential.
I don't think there's any way around this, is there?
I don't think there is.
Just have no space for the rest of
the rest of the game.
At least you can survive space now. Congrats.
I can survive space.
Okay. We're gonna handle that in just a second.
Sure.
The panels we get are the Baroness reconfiguring with rockets and like hitting the atmosphere and that like fire like up their sides. And briefly meanwhile back at the warehouse. The warehouse is now crumbling.
Yep.
The two of you, William and Darren, are the only ones left in this warehouse, and I will give you that. At least you know. What do you do?
I have one goal left, apparently, and that is to keep Darren from getting infected.
Okay.
So, I don't know, how do you want to play this, Darren? Do you want to teleport out? Do you want to try and actually fight, or do we just want to skedaddle?
I want out. I want Piero's gone.
All
Baroness is missing.
In that case, I'm just basically going to run over to Darren, basically hug her, and then create a portal below us and fall through.
Okay.
If you can.
If I can. That is the goal.
I think we are going to roll this as a defend someone, and I think if we succeed, you're both going to get out. Okay. So.
And I can use a team.
We do have two in the pool, but there's only one of you here.
No problem.
There we
That'll
go.
do it.
Someone has to roll well in this party.
It had to happen eventually. Okay. So yeah, you grab Darren. Where are you going to?
Someplace abandoned?
If you pick Chuck E. Cheese.
So any of
Chuck
like
E.
1/3 of the
Cheese.
buildings.
Yeah, it was like basically 1/3 of Apex City.
Forever 21. Forever 21.
You established there was an entire abandoned mall across from the university in episode 1. This is not on me.
Radio Shack. Radio Shack.
Anywhere you want to go.
We're just basically going to go a couple blocks away.
Okay.
Not super far. Let's say onto a rooftop of a relatively short building.
Okay.
A couple blocks away.
That's fair. And I think the last panels we get of this particular issue are William and Darren on that rooftop watching this warehouse just collapse in on itself. We don't know where the Baroness is. We don't know where Piero is.
We don't see a falling star like in the distance.
I don't think we do. Just the two of you watching a warehouse collapse.
I turn to Darren and say, someday I get to be the one to bring down a building.
I say 2 of our friends are missing and all you can think about is yourself.
Oh.
I have to take a powerful blow now.
Right?
Hold on.
jerk.
There's a different way to do this. You have influence over William.
Yes, I do.
Erase that influence and William mark a condition, because that is actually an influence move. So with that, we will see you next issue. Masks: A New Generation is written for Magpie Games by Brendan Conway. It is made of curfews, broken hearts, and fuchsia pantsuits. Give it all your support, you won't regret it. The Baroness is played by Christina. Piero is played by Lenny. You can find her on Twitter at 1-800-TODD. William in Furnace is played by Jordan. Darren is played by Nan. Find her on Instagram at Nanjitsu. Apex City is GM'd by Jeremy, who also writes the music and edits this podcast. Our album art was provided by Ash Brandt. Find them on Twitter at Cinder_Brandt, on Instagram at Brandt.ash, and on Tumblr at Kimmins. Find us on Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify, or wherever fine podcasts are sold. Follow us on Twitter at Apex City Cast. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next issue.